Welcome back to Immortal Empires. Today we're going to be carrying on with our Alith Anar playthrough, and at the end of the last episode we did manage to win the battle for the Shrine of Cain. Of course though, it was in the end turn, so we might actually have to fight it again, because I think they got some replenishment in. So before we do that, let's go ahead and level up Alith Anar. He's already rank 19. I feel like he's gained levels quite fast, or maybe this campaign is just flying through. Probably one of them. What should we give him? Now, we could get income from post-battle loot. That would be nice. Weapon strength when fighting against Dark Elves, as well as missile strength. Also, probably super nice as well. Or we could get that. I think we want both of these. Let's get Sworn to Vengeance, because we're about to attack the Dark Elves. And then our noble here, Izel. I'm not sure how we pronounce that. Let's go ahead and get some troop replenishment. That's always going to be nice. And then we'll go ahead and give him some melee attack and weapon strength as well. And that should make him a bit better on the battlefield. Right, let's go ahead and attack the Shrine of Cain once more. That will be a decisive victory. However, we're going to have to fight it. Otherwise, we lose a third of our army. So let's jump in and kill some Druki to start off the episode. Now, one thing I just realised, we're actually going to be doing a settlement battle this time round. This is looking very nice. I don't think I've seen a High Elf settlement battle before. This is looking absolutely stunning. I've also changed some graphic settings since yesterday, so I'm not sure if things will be looking better or not. I was just going through my graphic settings for a secret project I'm working on currently, but you'll hear more about that. First, let's go ahead and focus on the siege. I think what we're going to do here, I don't think the Lord's going to be taking place in the battle, so let's keep him back. And then a few of these units, I don't think we care if we lose spearmen, so I'm willing to throw them in. Archers as well, we'll just put them at the back. And then as for these guys, I think I want to keep this Shadow Warrior unit back. Maybe also this one, because I really don't want to lose these. They're already up to quite a high rank here as well. What rank is that, in fact? Rank 5, yes, I definitely don't want to lose them. However, the rest of this army, I think we are free to use. Right, let's go ahead and put these guys somewhere safe. In fact, over here would work nicely. We'll just put those guys over there. They should be protected. And then we're going to charge in with the rest of our units. Should we come from this side or this side? I think I like this way more. Although this side offers a bit more room. Let's charge him from this side where it's placed us. Now, we do have some Vanguard deployment. So let's go ahead and get Alith Anar. He can instantly summon a shadow version of himself. That should help a bit. And then, of course, we do have these Shadow Warriors who can at least get some early shots off on the enemy. That should be useful. And then in behind them, let's go ahead and get our spearmen. They're going to soak up as much of the damage as we can. Hopefully get them to. And then as for our archers here, let's do something maybe like this. Just try and spread out the damaged units. They're going to be coming in shortly right behind them. Right, let's go ahead and start the battle. Alith Anar, we need you to summon your shadow version of yourself. We'll group that, and we're going to charge him in straight away to engage in melee. And then Alith Anar himself, he can also charge in here. That's all looking fine. And we'll tell our Shadow Warriors to get doing some of that goodness. Now, as for our spearmen, we probably should have moved them in sooner. Let's go and push them into the settlement. And then our archers, we'll go ahead and move them up behind the Shadow Warriors. This should be a somewhat of a fast siege, I think, because if we look at the balance of power, it is very much in our favour. We just got to make sure the enemy towers don't do too much damage to us here. That's always a danger, of course. Let's try and take on these shades with great swords as well. We need to keep an eye on Alith Anar's health, of course, because we don't want him to get too damaged. In fact, he's running deep into the settlement here. Let's go ahead and take on these Dark Shards. They can do a lot of damage. We can engage them in melee. I like our chances much more. Alith Anar doing a little bit of a spin there. There we go. He goes charging into battle. Our spearmen are coming into the settlement as well now. So that's looking good. Let's tell all of these guys. In fact, we'll let them pick their targets. I'm more than happy with what they're doing right now. And then Alith Anar, I think we're actually going to bring you just back a little bit. Let's protect you now. We'll take you out of melee and get you back here. That's all looking fine. Do we have some invisible archers firing here? Ah, there they are. Okay. It seems like they had some kind of stalk ability. What I'm going to do here, then, is you guys go ahead and destroy this barrier. You guys can destroy this one. And then you guys go ahead and take on them. I think Alith Anar, you can also go in. And then as for these units, let's go ahead and move the Shadow Warriors into the settlement a little bit. Let's do something like this. That should be fine. And then all of my archers, if you guys do something like this, that should be good as well. Everything's looking smooth so far. I don't think we're at risk of losing any units, so that's looking awesome. Where's Alith Anar? Let's go ahead and move Alith Anar up into the settlement, I think. I kind of want him getting on the capture point. I think that should be a decent place for him to sit. He's at 25% HP. We don't have a potion of healing anymore. We did get that one stolen from us in a recent episode, so we got to be wary of that one. The Shadow Warriors will assist the left flank. Archers coming in from the right flank. That's fine as well. There's a few enemies in here. The spearmen and then Alith Anar himself should be able to deal with that. In fact, let's go ahead and summon off this ability. This might be able to do a little bit of damage to them. I think it's a single shot though. Oh, look at that. And in fact, that's made them retreat from the battle. Very good job there. Spearmen, if you can just go ahead and sit here, that'll be fine. Alith Anar's coming in as well. We're going to take him out of melee there. In fact, what we can do, summon another copy of him. Let's put him on melee, and we'll try and tank these guys. There we go. We're fighting these on the flank. The archers aren't really doing too much. They're tanking a bit of magic, though. Shadow Warriors need to be shooting in here. We're probably going to lose these spearmen, which is unfortunate. The good news, though, is we are going to capture this capture point. That should have a few barriers and towers attached to it, which is looking nice. And I think as for these archers, we might need some reinforcements over here. So let's do something like this. And then with these remaining archers, we're going to remove them up here. And they can offer some fire support there. As for these spearmen, I'm going to keep these guys here. They can protect us from a flank. What we really need to do is kill some of these guys, though. We have this capture point. Where is the victory point? Oh, that's quite a long way away. We might be able to get Alith Anar up there. Is it worth the risk, though? We might just actually get the kills by the time we make our way up there. Let's go ahead and move everyone in. The Shadow Warriors are in melee, which is a little bit worrying. In fact, spearmen, if you go ahead and attack them. In fact, no, we don't need you to. You carry on going this way and offer your support. In fact, we might have just got the victory. Is that the victory? I think maybe we need to go ahead and kill them. Let's go ahead and speed things up. We have given the command to absolutely everyone now. They've got some magic going off, which is a little bit unfortunate. Spearmen, I might actually need you to just disengage there. Ideally, there we go. We've got the victory. So that wasn't too difficult of a battle to start things off there. So there we go. We lost 98 models there, but we've gained 200, or we killed 250 odd, and we haven't lost any units. We might have lost this spearmen, but other than that, I think we've come away from that relatively good. So let's jump back to the campaign map, and we'll take the Shrine of Cain and take our Shadow Crown. There we go then, 1200 XP and 1800 gold, and sadly we lost 2 spearmen units, but as we said, they're fine, they're cheap to recruit, so we don't really care too much about that. Wow, 7,500 gold if we sack it. I think we should sack it and then occupy. That's a lot of gold, and we find gold quite hard to come by at the moment. What's this? We've unlocked a new Regiment of Renown, the Pure Main Company, a White Lions of Trace unit. With hearts to match that of Corandus himself, the Permain Company are fearless. There we go. We've also got Rahagra's Pride, a group of war lions of Trace here. I have no idea how to say that. The legendary father of the White Lions and ally to Cernus, god of the hunt, lives on through his fearsome pride. We need to go ahead and look at some Regiment of Renown units in the future, but first, let's go ahead and occupy the Shrine of Cain. It is now ours, and that means not only do we get 30 influence, not only do we get 5,000 gold and a huge buff to our casualty replenishment, we also get the Shadow Crown, which gives us +5 control in the local province, plus 10% ambush success chance, which is nice, and then of course a new passive ability. So as long as there are enemy nearby, all allies in range get plus 15% speed and plus 5 melee defense. That's a very nice buff. And we now do have the Shrine of Cain as well, so we've made sure that no one else has the Shrine of the Sword of Cain and the Scourge of Cain have been obliterated. That's a lot of Cains in one sentence. That was really messing up my speech there. Right, let's go ahead and unlock Ruthless. That's going to give us some speed, melee attack, and ammunition for our Shadow Warriors and such. I'm liking the sound of that. As for our Noble, let's go ahead and give him some melee defense. Hopefully make him last a little bit longer now. We need some Spearmen. Let's go ahead and recruit the 2 that we just lost. And the Shrine of Cain is looking fine indeed. Does Alith Anar have his new equipment equipped? He does. No. Oh, it's called the Stone of Midnight. I thought it was the Shadow Crown. That's the name of the quest. I see. But no, that's something different. That's something that we do have the Shadow Crown. There we go. A magical item there. For some reason, it just didn't equip it. Right, there we go. So we have our Moonbow, the Stone of Midnight, and the Shadow Crown. I think we've done both of our quest battles now. So Alith Anar is looking quite powerful. Let's go ahead and just make sure we could give our Lord a Sword of Battle. Melee attack and weapon strength is nice. And then we do have a Scroll of Shielding, but we don't really have anyone to give that to, do we? Yeah, not right now, so that's looking okay there. Right, one thing I'm going to try and do in this series is manage our equipment as we go, so we don't have a situation like before. Sail over here, what were you doing? I think you were going west to deal with the Beastman problem, wasn't you?
Bring me my tomes.
Now, you need an army in order to deal with that, though. And right now, I think we're just going to stick with archers. I think. Let's go ahead and level this stuff up. Okay, we can't level this up yet because we're waiting 2 turns and then we have enough population to get to tier 4. That's looking fine. What about this province? We can afford to splash some cash down here. I think Holtek's column, let's get that to tier 2 first. We could do have a garrison there because it's on our border. And then I think we can also start leveling this province up as well. Let's go ahead and get Kar up to tier 2. And in fact, I think both of these we need to get to tier 2 as well. Let's get Black Creek Spire up to tier 2. And then we'll get Slaver's Point up as well. And just start getting some garrisons in here, really. What's this one? We need to repair this. That's fine. We'll do that. We can't build a garrison yet. We can build this. Income from post-battle loot plus 5% faction-wide and minus 5 corruption. And then this gives us, grants owner access to the Sword of Cain. Income from post-battle loot, corruption minus 15 and recruitment rank plus 1. Isn't there a downside to having the Sword of Cain, though? I thought there were downsides to it. Maybe we only see that when it's equipped. For now, let's go. Does that offer any growth? It doesn't. So for now, let's go with some growth because I want to get this up to tier 2 so at least we can get some kind of garrison going and get some rid of this this Slanesh corruption we need to deal with as well, of course. Let's check the diplomacy. Nothing going on here, even though we have improved our standing with the High Elves now. Of course, we got that trade going on. We should also have a hero somewhere. Where is he? Fearon. I think what I'm going to do with you... We don't really need to scout down here anymore, do we? We found the High Elves. So what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to keep you close by to Alith Anar, just in case we need to assassinate a powerful legendary lord that might come to challenge us. I think that's a good idea. For now, though, let's go over to turn 36. I think that's a very productive turn for us there.
You dare interrupt my eternal vengeance.
The prince wants me to gift him some gold. Oh, how does he know me when I can't see him? I really don't want to go to war with him right now, especially look at that strength rank as well. We're already at war with Taurox and Marathi here, so I don't think we can afford a war with him. It's only 1,400 gold. We have 13,000. I think this might be one of those rare situations. In fact, this might be my first time I've ever done this where I'm actually going to pay the ransom. So I will go ahead and give him that gold and just hopefully try and delay that war for as long as I can.
I am eternal. Nevertheless, my patience wears thin.
Mash One Finger has declared war, Mevo. That's a group of savage orcs, and I think, yeah, these are the orcs right next to the Shrine of Cain. So they're likely to attack us this turn. In fact, I don't think they are going to attack us this turn. They seem to have left us alone. What they have done is besieged the Shrine of Cain, which is troubling. New technology, +2 recruitment rank for Lothan Sea Guard units. That's pleasant. Do we have trade advancements unlocked? We do. +5% tradable resources produced. That would be nice to the economy. Let's go ahead and get that. And we do need to go ahead and deal with these orcs. Now, it's not nothing super scary. It's just a bunch of savage orcs and some cavalry units, really. However, the problem here is that our army is very damaged. Do I think this army can defend against that? That's the real question, isn't it? It's only a level 3 lord, so I don't think there's any point in assassinating him. This is going to take a fair few turns to reach us as well, even on force march. Do I think these reinforcements are enough? We're going to be taking a few turns of attrition. Our lord is going to die. That's one thing for sure. I might have to actually take him out of the army. Oh, I can't when I'm under siege. I really didn't expect these guys to attack us. And there's no way they're going to accept peace, is there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not even close. -95. I think we would need millions in the bank for that.
What? Not one Druki on Nagaryth.
Well, I think I have no choice here but to really force march my way over with this somewhat limited force. So let's go ahead and set sail with sail here. Unfortunately, that means we can't recruit. And what's this? Oh, that's the Dread Fleet. Okay, only 2 small armies, but they can recruit very fast. Let's hope nothing happens there. We could get a 3rd army, but I don't think our economy would support it right now. Instead, let's go ahead and level up some of this. As long as we have the 6,500 to upgrade that, that should be fine. There we go, good stuff there. Let's check for diplomacy. Skaven. I don't think we're going to get friendly with the Skaven.
No glory.
What I might do, however, which High Elves are right next to us? Do we have a pact with these guys?
A dignified visitor. Such a rare treat.
We don't. Would you join the war, though, against the Top Knots? No. What about Avalon?
Of Althwan. Those who speak the
We really don't have a non-aggression pact?
Welcome here.
They're not interested either.
At your service.
We do have Tyrion, but he's all the way in the south. What about Yvres? They're a little bit
I
closer.
will consider any suggestion that aids Tor Ivres.
Yeah, nothing's happening here, is it? I guess Tyrion is our last chance. But again, it doesn't look like he's going to join the war either. Okay, so we're going to have to struggle through this one alone. We're not quite into smoother times yet. Things are still quite chaotic down in the Shrine of Cain. It'll be fine. We'll get away with it. What I'm going to do, let's send Theron down here. I just want to get some vision over this part of the map. See, this army is here, but I don't think they're going to help us. It's going to be fine. Right, let's check for diplomacy.
Prince.
I think I've already checked this, haven't I? I have.
Morathi.
That's everything done for this turn. So let's go to turn 37. We'll see if the orcs attack us. If not, then I think it might be another 2 turns before our reinforcements arrive as well. And the orcs do decide to attack us. That has given us a valiant defeat. Let's see. We can get some speed going in here. Maybe we should give that to some Shadow Warriors. That should speed them up, make them a better skirmisher. We don't really have a front line here, so we're going to have to really, really hold a choke point. I think we can win. It's going to be a close battle, but let's try our best. We're going to jump in for a second siege here, and hopefully we can defend against the Greenskins, because I did notice as well that Marathi has sent an army, and they're not far away either. I just realised we're not even fighting a settlement battle. Now my now my hopes of winning are much lower. We really need to hold a choke point. Maybe on top of this hill could be a good idea. It makes the Greenskins fight uphill then. I don't think we have any other terrain to take advantage of here either. Now the problem is there are some forests scattered about, so they're going to be shielded from us somewhat anyway. Let's go ahead and move everyone back then. And we're going to sell up on this lovely hill. Hopefully that's enough to defend against the Greenskins, because I think they had some cavalry units as well, which is, yeah, that's not what you want to see, is it? Especially when our melee units are looking as damaged as this. Now we do have a lord we can sacrifice.
Shadow warriors.
We have our Shadow Warriors as well. They can operate somewhat as a front line. If the spearmen do fail us, what I'm going to do...
It shall be done.
This is not looking promising at all, is it? I think we need to put the bulk of these in the middle. And I think we're going to have to overlap like this and use 2 units to kind of make 1 unit, because we do not have the numbers at all in this battle. Our Shadow Warriors are likely going to have to go into melee, which is very unfortunate. What I think I'm going to do is also put these damaged units on the outside as well. Let's keep our units that are in good health firing for as long as we can. And then on the flanks, these are already damaged units. Should hopefully just soak up some of the damage, I guess. Whether it works like that, we'll have to wait and see. And then as for Alith Anar, and this guy, ideally, we're going to put the Lord behind, and I think Alith Anar has to go here. Let's go ahead and start the battle. I don't think we're going to get a victory in here. Yeah, just look at the numbers. The battle advantage or battle balance of power really not in our favour here. Hopefully we can claw something out. What we can do is, of course, summon a shadow version of ourselves. And maybe if we just put him over here, what that can do is maybe soak up this charge from the cavalry on this flank. Whether it will be successful or not, we'll have to see. But this is definitely a great standoff we are attempting here. Let's go ahead and put our shadow version over here. It should do something. In fact, let's go ahead and group him just so I can select him nice and quick there. Now, we don't want to engage them in the forest, because that means our arrows aren't going to be as powerful. What I probably want to do is also just get some action going over on that flank again. We're going to be taking fire from this flank as well. We need to change their angle accordingly. Now the cavalry, they are coming around the trees, which is good. The huge force of the enemy there coming from the front as well. Now, do I want to engage them there? Possibly. Let's see if they take the bait. Okay, my shadow version is already dead. That's not good. What I can do is start shooting the enemy lord, though. Maybe we can get some good damage on him. We'll have to see if the missile hits. And I'm not sure how much damage it will even do. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Question is, can we kill him fast enough to try and get that debuff going there? This cavalry unit is already retreating. This one, though, has engaged a line of archers. In fact, let's send a hero on this flank, because we do have less tanking action going on over here, of course. All of our units are firing in. Let's go ahead and send the Lord in over there. I'm going to have to move Alith Anar back just a little bit. Otherwise, he's going to soak up this charge here.
To battle!
Advance!
Let's go ahead and charge everyone in. There we go. I was struggling to click there. Balance of power is slightly going back in our favour, I think. Which is very surprising to me. However, I don't think that's going to be the case for long. In fact, that's very problematic what's just happened here. The cavalry have got in behind us, and now we need to really focus them, because they're going to be doing a lot of damage to us. Same with our shadow warriors. What I think we need to be doing here is focusing on these archers. Let's get them taken out. And in fact, the enemy lord has now engaged us as well. We need to go ahead and deal with that ASAP. Now, we're doing a bit of damage to these guys, but not much. Not much at all.
Kill them!
This is definitely a struggle. What we could do... Actually, no, I think we need these spearmen to hold the line because our front line is failing. Oh dear, this is troubling. Good news is the enemy lord is on half health. Let's go ahead and summon in one of these, our shadow here. Put him on melee. Hopefully he can soak in some damage. But I don't think we're doing anything decent here. I'm actually going to put our shadow warriors on skirmish mode because I don't want them to be taking damage at all. Now this cavalry unit's about to break. Let's try and get some fire off on their missile units over here. That would be beneficial to us. The enemy lord is down to about 35% health there. Maybe we could get a magic missile and this might do some friendly fire though. We've got to risk it. Oh, there we go. We do hit him. We do also hit our archers as well. But the enemy lord is also almost dead. And balance of power very, very slightly in our favour. We still might be able to walk away with a win here. If we do, then that's going to surprise me 100%. I really wasn't expecting the battle to even go this well. It's going much better than I thought. Right, the enemy lord is in retreat. That's good. Alith Anar only lost half of the HP he started with. That's also good. What's not good? Some of our shadow warriors have decided to retreat. We need to shoot the enemy and get rid of them, guys. Come on, focus fire, especially their ranged units. We need to get them out of here.
Following orders.
And fast. Alith Anar is going to keep on focusing the enemy lord. Hopefully he can get a kill in there. And it looks like we are actually melting their archers now. If we can get some more fire going on. However, balance of power is in our favour, but I don't think it's going to be for long. Well, we need to focus these guys again, don't we? Come on, the enemy lord is almost dead. If we can somehow just break down their leadership, I don't think it's going to be happening, though. I just don't see it happening. We're in a very, very sticky situation here, especially now as the enemy decide to challenge us. They've broken through the front lines fully now, and all of our ranged units are going to be engaged, which is definitely not what we want to see. Can we get a kill on him? He's only got 30 HP left. Come on, Alith Anar. One good arrow. That's all we need from you is one good arrow, and you could kill the enemy lord here. I don't think he wants to get that shot in. No, in fact, he's been engaged in melee now. Well, let's turn him around. The good news is they're doing some friendly fire to their own units. I'll take that. Let's try and kill these guys, though. I'd rather they weren't firing in on Alith Anar, because right now he's keeping things alive. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage here. Okay, this unit is retreating. That's good. If we run into the back of these, maybe we can get a leadership penalty. Now let's go ahead and summon that shadow version to hopefully soak some of that fire up. There we go. These guys are retreating as well. In fact, did we just get a mass retreat? Somehow we won. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you very much. A Pyrrhic victory, but a victory nonetheless. And there we go. That does not look... if we look at the health of all of our units, I think we lost our lord. We probably lost most of our units here, actually. 500 of our models died. We killed nearly 1,000, so we killed double than what we lost. But they had a lot more units to begin with. Let's jump back to the campaign map, because now we need to focus on running away from Arathi, because we desperately need to rebuild our main army. So at the end of that battle, one of our spearmen unit did survive. Sadly, we did lose our lord there, our noble, sorry. And 2 spearmen units are not the worst outcome. The rest of our army still somehow managing to survive. Now I think here we desperately need to take that replenishment, because we really need to replenish this army. In fact, the enemy greenskin, they're still alive, surviving that one. Great incantation of Ksar performed, and clan gritters have been obliterated. Good to know that one less Skaven is alive. The greenskins besieging us once more. Do we dare march out onto the battlefield to face them? We're even more damaged than last time, however. I don't think we're going to reinforce in time. And there... Oh, that's not Arathi. But that is one of her...
Contemplating.
Yeah, that is one of her armies there. we need to be really careful. We're super close to losing Alith Anar. Good news though, plus 5% tradable resources produced should boost our economy a little bit. And we also have Happy Populace, that's plus 4 control for 3 turns. Let's go ahead and get some more technology going. We can't get any of this. We can get marble stockpiles. Construction cost minus 10% for all buildings. Yes, please. Very much looking forward to that. Now,
Burden of the
Alith Anar leveled up. We could get Shadow King. Plus 4 control in all provinces. And we get a new ability that replaces Misled. Creates an image of Alith Anar. An image causes 50% damage. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that. I really want to go down his red tree as well at some point, though. But for now, let's go ahead and get the Shadow King. I'm liking the sound of that. What I'm not liking the sound of is the greenskins outside of our gates. Or the Dark Elves here. The good news, the Dark Elves can't reach us. The bad news is, neither can our reinforcements.
Scholar Supreme.
We can get our reinforcements out of range, though. If we bring them this way, this army can't reach them, so we can still full speed and group with Alith Anar. So at least we have some kind of force here. And this is mostly spearmen as well, so it's not the scariest thing, although they do have numbers. Right, I think we should march out and fight Mr. One Finger here. It's going to give us a valiant defeat, but once again, we're going to have to fight this, because we really, really need to wipe him out. The good news is we should be able to get an early kill on the Lord, and then from there, all of our range units are going to have to pull something out of the bag for us. We do have some different terrain to play with this time. Less trees to deal with. However, I think once again we're going to make use of this hill. That seems like our best shot. Indeed it does. Right. Let's go for this. Hopefully we can win again. There's still a lot of enemies over there, even though they are damaged. So I am still a bit worried. We don't want to die here, of course. Let's go ahead and put Alith Anar up front. Almost sounds like a football formation if I say it like that. Let's go ahead and put him at the front of the formation. He should be able to get some kills for us. Same with the Shadow Warriors. They're half decent in melee. However, let's turn... Oh, do I have guard mode by default? Is that why I've been struggling with their behavior sometimes? Default guard mode. Let's go ahead and turn that off. There we go. These guys I don't want on guard mode. These guys I do want you on skirmish though. And then as for our archers, I want the healthy ones to be taking damage last. So something like this for the archers should do us just fine. And then these guys probably do want them on guard mode. Just so we keep somewhat of a formation. There is some cavalry left. That's fine. We should be able to deal with them. Let's go and unpause. Because we need to go ahead and do some of this. Now, if we call the Shadow Dancer, he does do damage now, but at 50%. Let's try and get some early snipes on the enemy Lord. If we can... Oh, there we go. There we go. Problem solved. Now, what I want to do is shoot a missile into here. Our Shadow doesn't have any copies. That's fine. Let's go ahead and send him into melee, though. And then Alith Anar's gonna cast off his missile. I think we see a few dead models in there. Indeed we do. So that's all looking nice as well. These guys, you just keep on fighting. We need to get those cavalry down. And I just realized we have 2 cavalry on the right flank as well. So it's not going to be super easy. In fact, we're not going to catch up to this. Let's just slow down the advance that we see coming for us from the front there. Focus on this cavalry now. They are absolutely fine. Right. We've got some archers coming in, guys. If we can focus our fire, I think we can win this. We won the last one. We just can't get too confident, however. There is still a lot of danger fast approaching us, like these cavalry units. Luckily, I think we've managed to go ahead and deal with those, though. Alith Anar, if you can go into melee. So at least if the enemy missiles fire on us, we can do something about that, can't we? Now, we're going to have to fire in at these cavalry units. We're 100% we need to go ahead and deal with that. Now the spearmen, if you go ahead and engage someone, just stops them hitting the front lines. That's all. Right, things are going smoothly so far. Balance of power is very much in our favour. However, I think I need to get Alith Anar out of there. It's a bit worrying how much damage he's taken. If we lose him, leadership could very much be a problem. Of course, the enemy have already lost their lord, so that's working to our benefit. This spearman unit is going to die, without a doubt about that. You guys go ahead and attack here. In fact, you're looking at nothing. Absolutely nothing. Go ahead and attack those archers for me. There we go. Cavalry still coming in.
Archers.
They are looking damaged, though, which is good news. Let's go ahead and turn off that. Alith Anar, if you just fire into these cavalry units, things would be looking very nice. Now, what I don't like is what these guys are doing now. Let's go ahead and turn off that skirmish, because that's causing more problems than good there. Because now, our archers are in big trouble.
To battle.
Big trouble. Let's go ahead and do something like this. You guys can attack in there. That's absolutely fine. You guys, you're taking out all of this. Right, that's dealt with. So we go ahead and deal with some of this. In fact, I think we might have just gone ahead and got the victory. In fact, we have. We've survived 2 very difficult battles this episode. Wow. So there we go with the close victory. We lost 64 models, but we killed 321. I'll take those odds any day. We might have lost this spearman unit, but other than that, I think everyone survived. Maybe this archer unit is down. Let's jump back to the campaign map. My heart is beating. You probably could tell by I wouldn't shut up and I was speaking so fast. I was very nervous for those 2 battles. And for our immense struggle there, we get our whopping 1,000 experience. We do get 2,300 gold though, which is nice. And we did lose the spearmen, but luckily everyone else is still alive. Right, let's go ahead and... Oh, 3% replenishment. You're going to do that to me now? 3% is 3% though. It's better than nothing, so we'll take it. And top knots have been obliterated. My oh my, am I thankful to hear those words. Alith Anar gains the trait Courageous. I think that's very well deserved there. +7 leadership and +7 charge bonus should go a little way to help us. Now, it's not over yet though, because we have this army to contend with, and these lands up here are undefended currently.
Alith Anar.
Those are words I definitely don't like to say out loud. Now, the good thing is, I think with both of these armies, we should stand a chance. The problem is reinforcement rate. We might lose the Shrine of King, but is that such a big... Oh, we can't move. Is that because we're recruiting? That's because we're recruiting. In that case... Marathi can't reach us this turn, though.
High Elven Archmage.
I should have got this. Okay, Marathi can't reach us. So let's recruit some of those spearmen. And what we can also do... We do have the money to do some global recruitment. Now, the cheapest unit here is either archers or spearmen. I think we need to get some more spearmen for a front line. So let's do that, and we'll also get ourselves an archer. We could get a shadow warrior, but that's very, very expensive. And it would take a lot of turns before the upkeep return is fine. It's fine. We can give these archers to our second army as well in the future. I think we can still hang on. What's of this? Okay, that's a hero. But the Sisters of Twilight are moving in. That's good. We're friendly with them. That's very nice to see. Right. The Black Light Tower can get up to tier 4. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we can start building some more military stuff and whatnot up here. Is there anything else we can build? Not right now. Okay, let's go ahead and check the diplomacy. We can take a few seconds to breathe now and assess the situation.
Yes.
Fortunately, no diplomacy to be had, so let's go ahead to turn 38. Slaughterhorn tribe have been obliterated. Very nice. So that's one of our enemies dealt with. It looks like... Is that Kotep? I think this is Kotep. It might be. There is a sandstorm, so I think that's Kotep with the red there. And the Sisters of Twilight have worked together to wipe him out, which is very nice. However, we do have -10 growth for 10 turns. For 3 turns. 10 turns would be excessive. So not all is rainbows and sunshine. Alright. What else has happened here? This army has ignored us entirely and decided to sail to the Twisted Glade. Now, we do have somewhat of a garrison here. However, we don't have any walls. Unless this provides walls. Adds walls to the settlement. Right, that's good. That should buy us some time, and they only have spearmen. So we might be okay. The Shrine of Cain, however, I think we might have to give this up, honestly.
Twilight is here.
What we need to do
I
now
bring Azurian's fire.
is very
ready.
interesting. Let's go ahead and take Alith Anar. Wait, how far can these guys reach? Quite far, okay. With our
Master of
second
magic.
army, we might be able to get a little bit of gold
Set
in here.
sail.
Your followers have come upon 2 shipwrecks. Battle at sea pleases not just the gods of war, but the gods of the sea as well. Salvage from such a vicious battle is possible, but the sea gods demand their tribute, so only a quarter of the cargo should be taken. We could perform better in battle or in the campaign. I think I'm going to take battle, because we might have to do something impressive over here. So what does this give us? 1500 gold, and we also get plus 15 armor for the Lord's army, plus 8% weapon strength, and plus 8 armor piercing weapon damage. It does say Lord, so does that apply to garrisons? I hope it does.
My visions predict
Also,
failure.
wait, you're in full speed, so we could probably afford...
Student
No,
of
let's not push
Teclis.
on too far ahead, because we want to
Not
stay
one Druchii on
close to
Nagaris.
Alith Anar, don't we?
Fast sail.
Yes.
Move,
So let's
Shadow
go ahead
Fleet.
and do something like this. And then what we could also do with Fearon,
Druchii scum.
I'm going to send him back across just in case. Now, our income situation isn't amazing. 2,600 gold is nice, but I don't think it's nice enough to recruit an emergency lord over here. However,
The Asser are troubled.
a lord like an archmage could be very powerful, even if they only have basic magic. Now, in an ideal world, Law of Shadows is fitting because Alith Anar is based on shadows. If I was going... Law of Life has healing, though. Enables flaming attacks, weapon strength, and charge bonus. That's a huge buff. What about shadows? Barrier hit points, okay. Income from all buildings in the local region. I think we're going to go with a life mage. What's heavens? Do we have heavens? I thought High Elves had the law of heavens, but oh, it's right there. Do they have healing? They might do, but I know the law of life 100% does, so let's try and pick someone good here. Flaming attacks could be useful if we face any undead. We do have Count Noctilus nearby, so that might be something. Melee defense for the Lord's army could also be nice, though. And missile resistance. She's cheaper. So do I want flaming attacks and weapon strength? Or do I want... I think this one. Let's go ahead and recruit Leia Quinn here. What we're going to do is just keep her inside the settlement. And she should have access to some magic already. I'm not quite sure how I can check this, though. Over here. There we go. We have Earth Blood that already heals some units. So that should just be able to help us in the siege if we absolutely need it. That's very expensive to upkeep. And there already, I think we lost like 600 gold. That's fine. Right. We can build in the Twisted Glade, but let's not, just in case we do lose it. What we will do, though, is go ahead and check for
Defender of the
diplomacy.
Speak.
When do we...
It appears
Duty.
nothing going on here, so
Speak.
let's go ahead to turn 39. Settlement besieged. So it looks like this army is going to besiege us. Now, whilst we are
I
taking
wield the
attrition...
winds.
Oh, not much. Not much at all. Oh, very nice. I think we might have some buffs going on there. I'll keep the siege going because it gives our armies time to reinforce. I'll take that. What we might be risking here is a war of Slanesh, though. So what I might do is just abandon the Shrine of Cain. We already have our equipment. It sucks that someone's going to take the Sword of Cain, but at the moment we can't really defend this. It's just too separated from the rest of our stuff. Minus 10% construction cost for all buildings is nice. Let's go ahead and get a new technology. We have nothing down here. We need to go ahead and... Oh, we need resources as well. Okay. So I guess we're back to this tree. Now we could upgrade some... I believe those are cavalry. Or Great Eagles and War Lions. I do like Great Eagles. Let's go ahead and upgrade the Great Eagles, and then we'll leave the Cavalry for last. I think you guys know that in general, other than the Boris playthrough, I tend to not use Cavalry because I'm absolutely terrible at micromanagement.
Will fail.
Now, this army can't reach us, so what we can do
Know what
here,
dances, so shall I.
think we can afford to force speed as close as possible. Just got to be
Tyrants
careful
in
of them, though.
Magic in purest
Would they
form.
attack us? Oh, they can't sail that far.
There
It's
is
fine.
only vengeance.
We don't have to worry about them that much. And we can land here. So let's go ahead and
On the wings.
position ourselves like so. We should be able to reinforce ourselves very nicely.
Row at
If
your
we go ahead and do something like that. We could exchange units
No.
even. Okay, she said no.
trained by the
What I
White
will do
Tower.
though is just go ahead and swap over some let's see, that's rank 4. This is also rank 4. So that's at 4 health already. Yeah, I'm going to keep these. It's fine. We don't need to change anything over. Right, can we build anything up here? How long until we have a tier 4 settlement? 4 turns. That's fitting. We can build up here though. We need tier 3 for this. That's unfortunate. We could get some growth going. Although we are up to 2 pop next turn anyway. We could improve this for income. I think let's just build a garrison. Let's play it safe. We'll upgrade the income as well. That's fine. Hotek's column over here. Let's go ahead and get some defenses running in there as well. And we'll also upgrade your growth. That's all looking good. The plan is I think we're going to turn this province up here into recruitment. And then these two should be gold generating. That's the long-term plan anyway. Let's check the diplomacy.
Alariel. Twin defense.
Nothing going on there. So we'll go ahead to turn 40. And hopefully the Dark Elves don't attack the settlement just yet. Rite of Awakening performed. There we go, as it went off the screen. Sacrifice to Mathlin also. And the Invocation of Morai Head can be performed once again if we want to spend the gold getting an assassin. Now, I think we might do that because next turn, we actually get some new targets. And we can send both of those assassins to assassinate 2 of the targets. That would give us a lot of income. And in fact, that might be what I've been missing so far for Alith Anar's income. So we will go ahead and do that next. And sadly, that's all I have time for today. You've probably noticed today's episode's actually been a bit longer. The idea behind that now is, for both Crusader Kings and Warhammer 3, I've decided for each episode I'm going to set aside 1 hour to record. Now, of course, for Crusader Kings there's not much editing, so those videos will basically be an hour long. But for Warhammer, after we edit out the loading times and the end turn timers, we'll probably lose 5 or 10 minutes. But the idea is spend an hour on each one. We can get through series more, and I can play more without being interrupted by having to stop recording. So I think it's a fun way to approach it. So let me know what you thought about this slightly longer episode, and if you want to see more of them. And if enough of you like them, then that's going to be the normal going forwards. But that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow with the next episode. So thank you for watching, guys, as always. And I'll see you next time.